Here we got a 1941 Buick Phaeton, and here's an interesting thing about it too. 248 cubic inch, right? It gets top speed 95 miles an hour, cruising speed 70 to 85, just like you could do today. 1 miles to the gallon highway. And I'll tell you what, they really engineer cars today to get shittier mileage and wear out. This car, this thing would actually runs very good with this. I don't know, was it a straight 8? Only 407 were built. But you know, these are very smooth running engine stuff, and you know, actually the problem is people, well, they rust, but people get succumbed to marketing. That's what happens. Advertising and marketing. And that is why they keep throwing away the old and going with the new, because that's going in somebody's pocket. If you look at all the attention to this detail, you know, Buick 8, okay, it's a straight 8. Yeah, I figured it was an 8. I mean, it's 6 pull in this car. You have to do some big cylinders. You have to still have to be big cubic inch cylinders. And look at the seat in the back. It's like a highly cushioned couch. The leather strap there, you know, to hold on to. You got your, oh, there's the lights. I think there's the lights back here. I thought they were ashtrays for a second. And you know, a 3 on the tree. So the engine would pull it up to 75 to 80 miles of 78. You know, cruise like no problem, 80 miles an hour down the highway. So one of the deals is that
that's a beautiful car.
One of the deals is that, you know, we have really not come forward technologically, because everything's mostly a sales pitch. You know what the mileage on this car for the weight of this car, you say, oh, there's no emissions. Well, you know what? It wasn't that many years before this car was out, and most of the cars used alcohol, pure alcohol. Those are the Ford Model Ts. And you can adjust any engine to run on alcohol, which runs ultra clean. And actually the engines even last much longer. So what are they doing here? It's like basically, it's guaranteed sales, guaranteed obsolescence, and sometimes the obsolescence is made just strictly by marketing cues. Notice also the pillar here for, you know, what a convertible is. Look how thick that seat is. This thing's like a couch. It's like a couch, man. But that's, you know, that's what they do. I mean, and you look at this car from the 1941, you know, the cars in the 50s look like they were made out of tissue paper steel, and the cars in the 60s look like they're made out of, I don't know, aluminum foil. And compared to today, they're non-existent, you know. I mean, the metal was getting thinner and thinner in the 50s and going thinner and thinner in the 40s. These cars, when you used to get a dent, they would sometimes use called metal shaving. They'd pound it out and they would shave with a file the high spots and fill in the lows with lead. You can't do any metal shaving with 18 gauge or 20 gauge that they use today, no way. So, but with all this steel, this car would still get, you know, 21 miles a gallon, cruising on the highway, 75, 80 miles a gallon. 75 to 80 miles per hour, you still get 21 miles per gallon. Why is that?
That's gorgeous.
Don't tell me all these computers are really doing all this garbage that they say. They're job security for engineers. And you gotta remember too, this car was designed in a time when there was no computers or robotics. Everything was put together manually. Everything was designed on a drafting board or mocked up in clay. No CAD/CAM computers. So these are all radically different designs. You know, all this sculpted in like that, all that work that's involved to make this car. It's a feat of human endeavor to do this.